Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino back here on the Hit or Quit podcast when we're talking about TV's weirdest reality TV shows when they drop back here with a woman who's here to give us a little bit of that oomph. It's Jenny Autumn. Jenny, how are you?
I'm great. I'm feeling just like a farmer, I'm just out in the field looking for the next reality show that will really be my bounty and give me peace and comfort. I don't know.
Question for you, Jenny. Farming, is
Yes.
that like gardening?
Yes, the big question of the night is farming like
gardening?
gardening. I mean, I guess the answer is it depends on what kind of farming you do, because
Yeah.
I've learned so much about farming from this show, really.
Yep.
I would be one of these women that is asking these tough questions, like, is farming like gardening?
Yeah.
She at
Farmer
least
wants
asked the
wife.
potato farmer that.
Yes,
Sorry.
Farmer Wants Life season 2. It's back, and
Back,
we are ready
believe it or not.
to talk about it and talk about the season premiere. Should you hit or quit Farmer Wants a Wife season 2? We will talk about the premiere as the farmers and the potential wives are back, and so are we. Jenny, how have you been?
Yes. I've been good. It's been a little minute.
It's a little bit of a
January.
dry January for us.
Yeah, I didn't ask for that, to be fair. I didn't
Mhm.
ask for, reality TV to be so, barren, and to not give me enough. Like, we want there to be things to talk about. We want it to be weird, but we want it to be fun. And we were forced into a little bit of a dry January, and that's okay. I will say
Mhm.
the month felt simultaneously long as hell and also went by fast. Like, I can't really
Yeah,
figure it
it
out.
was a
But
busy
it's a
month
new
for
month.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
even though there was not a ton of weird reality shows for us
So
to
lots going
talk
on.
about.
Yeah.
We talked about The Floor the last time that we got together,
Yeah.
and since then, people, feel like have been continuously updating us about The Floor. Have you
I
kept
know.
up with The Floor?
I have like a couple of episodes queued up because I've been saving them, and I feel like I just want to do a binge. And I honestly think this weekend might be the weekend that I
Yeah,
do I get caught
me
up on The
too.
Floor, because it feels like a nice, like, easy watch, and I do kind of want to see how it played out, but I am
Mhm.
not up to date on The Floor. So
Yeah, I'm a couple episodes behind. There was actually a little bit of a scandal where they aired an episode of The Floor out of order. Did you see this?
yes, I heard about this.
Mhm.
Big scandal, spoiling their own show.
Yeah. So that was a little bit of a mistake, but too I'm looking forward to maybe catching up on The Floor. The only problem was I said, okay, The Floor, this is our new family show, everybody. Come on,
Yeah.
children, let's come watch The Floor. And then the last episode I watched, the category was medical devices. I'm like, okay, here we go. Stethoscope, like tongue depressor, blood pressure meter. And did you see this one?
No.
Medical
Oh my god.
medical devices, and it was like condoms, birth control pills,
Wait.
IUD. Like, what are we doing?
I mean,
Viagra. Like, it was
the
like, like,
I
how is
feel
this
like that's
medical
not a medical
devices?
device. Like, that's not what I
Mhm.
like. It's a prophylactic, or what did Felicia call him?
That was a damn
Pro
prophylactic, I believe she
prophylactic or
said.
something.
Yes, she said that it was a oh, hold on. She said
The prophylactics.
the prophylactic.
The prophylactics.
Yeah.
Now, someone's category should be prophylactics, and it's like
Yeah.
it's a that's a great category. It's condoms with the brand name,
Oh.
but it's like you have to know it by like the color and the lettering, and that's how you know, like, the true player is like killing that category.
Are there like 20 various categories? I think you're gonna say like
Well, okay, like, so there's brands, and then they have like different versions. And so like Durex might have like 8 different versions. And so it's like, oh, that's Durex for her pleasure. Like, I know that it's the pink one.
Jenny, we're losing the farmer wants a wife. The farmers do not want to hear about the
They're
damn
not ready for
prophylactics.
that.
Yeah,
They
they were
do
not.
not.
They were not ready for
Well,
this. Yes,
they're probably just
the only
they're
thing
like,
studded is this cast of Farmer Wants a Wife. Okay.
and the horses. Isn't that like a thing? Isn't that like a male horse? I
I
don't
think
know.
when you stud a horse,
When
actually,
you're
I believe you do
breeding.
not want the damn prophylactics. Okay.
Yeah, if you have a stud, you don't want the prophylactics because you're trying to,
Mm-hmm.
spread the
Yeah.
seed. Oh
Yes.
God.
Okay. All right. Seeds, baby.
Anyway.
So, all right. We are here to talk about Farmer Wants a Wife season 2. And okay,
Yeah.
we talked about a few episodes of Farmer Wants a Wife. In
Before we
concept,
quit.
this seems like a show that is made for hit or quit. It's a ridiculous premise that who wants to marry some random farmers? Okay.
Yeah.
This is a show, I guess it is a very popular format, as the host of the show tells us that Farmer Wants a Wife is the world's most successful experiment and worldwide has spawned 200 marriages and checks notes 500 children have been born out of
But
Farmer Wants. How? How
I
is
did a
this
spit
possible?
take. So
Was
this
this a
is okay.
typo?
How no, and then the crazy thing
You
is
sure it
that
wasn't
so I heard
5.00 children have been born from Farmer Wants a Wife?
I rewound and I had captions on to make sure that I heard it right. And then, Rob, I was doing some research because I am a committed journalist, as we all know. And I'm pretty sure I came across an article that said 512 kids, I believe,
Yeah.
have been
Are some
brought
of
into
the
this world
international
because of the
seasons
show.
where a dog that works on a farm finds a
Yeah,
wife
are
and
they
has like
counting
litters of 30 and 40 puppies?
Yeah, are they counting that, like, if there's one couple that ends
Yeah,
up getting married and they get, like, a bunch of dogs and they're like, every
yeah.
litter of puppies
Are
is
we
getting
counting
counted?
that if if one farmer has a cow and sometimes women come with their own other cattle and then they breed and are we counting that?
That counts. Any sort of breeding that comes as a result of this show, I believe, is being
How many
it's in the
seasons could there
statistics.
be?
That's what I'm saying, I'm
500 children.
like, how many do you think that there's, like, some maybe, like, some sister wiving going on? Like, is because mathematically, I'm just trying to figure out, like, in some of these seasons, do you think there's been Farmer Wants wives? And there's, like, they
Yeah,
knock a few out at once, and that's how we're
yeah.
getting that many kids,
I
because
mean,
I'm just like, "How?"
yeah. So there are numerous international versions. There's almost like a United Nations of the,
Farmer
but I
Wants
think that some of the international versions are really doing a lot of the work on the Farmer Wants a
Right.
Wife all-time wives and children list.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about this compared to other like dating reality shows is that the premise is really like finding someone to settle down and, move to the middle of effing nowhere and have children, and be a stay-at-home, farm wife. So we shouldn't be shocked that this is the show that is producing the most amount of
Children, yeah.
children, because it's like, if the couple succeed, then yeah, what else are we doing here? They're all pretty
Mhm.
much like upfront about that being the priority. But that is still feels like a wild statistic. Like, how long has this show existed in other countries?
I think it started in let's see. Okay, so it's the first edition premiered in the UK in 2001, but I don't think
What?
it has aired quite often in 2000. I don't know if it started in 2001 and then has just been like farmed out, pun intended, to the rest of the world for many years.
What does it say about the United States of America that in, the first season that dropped in 2023, it's like picking up the remnants of what, like, you know people have been doing since 2001. Like, I don't know if that says that, you know, the show, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel on the farm here. Just be like, what concept have we not done here yet?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, all these other countries are doing this farmer show.
Yeah, but I mean, most of our hit reality TV series have been imported from other countries, from
But, like,
Survivor, Big
taken
Brother,
that
American
long?
Idol. Yeah,
But, like, I just feel like the fact that this has existed for this long
yeah.
and they didn't pick it up until now tells me that, like,
We tried
they
everything
knew
first.
about it.
Yeah.
They knew. If
Yeah,
they wanted Farmer Wants a Wife sooner, I feel like it would have existed.
yeah.
But
So, Farmer Wants a Wife, we have 4 new farmers. We are going to have somehow we have narrowed the pool of farmers down to, like, there are 8 women each. We don't get any information of how the women that are with the guys got picked. I don't know if there
no,
was
we
a
do.
draft. Yes.
Okay. They so they do this profile thing. So it's basically like they make these profiles for the farmers with like videos and stuff. I guess like it's like a little like interview thing. And then all of the women that they have in the casting pool basically like throw their chip in to whatever farmer they're interested in of the 4 that are the main cast
Mhm.
here. And then the farmers review a
Oh,
larger pool of
the
women.
women swipe right, and then
So the women basically swipe first, and then the farmers get a curated list of who swiped on them.
mhm.
And then it sounds like before even meeting them in person on the show, the farmers, I don't know what they're basing it on. I don't know if it's just a photo and a name.
Yeah.
I have no idea. They scale their list down to 8. We
Yeah.
don't see any of that
And then
happen. This all happens before the show starts.
why would we wanna see that? It might be too
It's
interesting.
about as
Okay.
riveting, I'm
Yeah.
sure, as watching these awkward ass conversations,
And
but
so
sure.
we're gonna go in this premiere episode from 8 to 5, okay?
Yes.
We're gonna cut it down,
Only
and
5 can be brought back to the farm, Rob. There's only enough beds for 5. And in most cases, as we learned from the few episodes we watched last season, I don't think there is always enough beds for 5. And sometimes that's why bunk beds get thrown in
yeah, we're gonna throw some
randomly.
bunk beds. Okay, so that's the premise for Farmer Wants a Wife, and so
Mhm.
while, again, this sounds like a show that Jenny and I would love. The Millie
Exactly.
Gang would get is jumping for joy, like, wow, sounds amazing.
It's basically, you know, taking Kurt the from Joe Millionaire for Richer or Poorer, you know, the one that, well, I guess the other thing, oh wait, no, Steven was the farmer. Steven was the farmer and he was the one that was the millionaire. It's basically like taking that and it's just like 4 of them. It's 4 farmers. I don't know their bank accounts, but I feel
Mhm.
like if you own land and
Yeah.
run a farm, you're probably doing okay. And so yeah, it seems like something that
I
should be
think if
good.
you
There
have
was lots
land
of,
and it doesn't even have a farm on it, you're doing pretty good.
if you're money bags, if you
Mhm.
own land in 2024, let me just say
Mhm.
that. All
Yeah,
right. And I'm looking at you too, Rob.
yeah. Okay, well, I don't have a farm.
No, but you do own property.
A podcast farm.
Yeah. You
That
are farming. Yeah,
I am
you are.
farming podcasts every
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
you
And you
know?
know what? You damn fine job of
The
it.
crops are always coming out okay.
Yeah.
But Farmer Wants a Wife brings us back to these 4 farmers. One of them is gonna find a wife. Okay, so this sounds like a premise that would be very fun to talk about. But Jenny, once again, in Farmer Wants a Wife season 2, tonally, this is like they treat this show and this concept extremely earnest, and that
Mhm.
this is a show that is like syrupy, sweet, presented like it's a Hallmark film
Yeah.
where there is no humor at all, unless, like, once in a while, the only time we ever have any humor on Farmer Wants a Wife is sometimes there are women that don't really know how things work on a farm. That they
Yes.
sometimes women have questions about how does the farm work. That's where our laughs come from.
the city girls that I've never been to a farm. Is it like gardening? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's a silo?
Mm-hmm.
That's where, yeah. Oh, silly city lady with your, high heels and your long nails. You don't know how to get down and dirty. Like, that's literally the form of all of the jokes for this show. And also all of these men are very like, oh my goodness, like you're making me blush. Like, you have one woman that makes a comment of like, what turns you on? And like, it's like, oh, by golly,
Yeah.
miss, it's the first date.
Mhm.
So
I
that's
mean,
like
that
the
was
other.
like it was a little forward in the speed
I mean, it
dating.
was the wording was weird, and
Mhm.
I almost think that woman was just stunt casting. But
Mhm.
those are the two main sources of humor. It's like, oh, farm stuff, like they didn't know what they were getting themselves into, and then that's pretty much it. But it seems like otherwise, like you said, Rob, it is very serious, and this is why I think that maybe it took this long for the US to try this,
Yeah.
because if you look at most other dating theme reality shows we've seen over the years,
Mhm.
it's like even when they pretend that they want to see it end up
Yeah.
with like love in the end, they want it to be as messy as possible.
Right.
And I just don't get that impression from now that I've seen a few episodes from the first season and the premiere of the season, I feel very safe to say they do not want it to be messy, besides
Yeah.
like, maybe if they're
This is
wrangling
not
a
The
pig in mud.
Bachelor. We are not looking for that demo. We are like, you would think, okay, we're gonna try to make a show that's like a dating show. We're trying to bring in like our young people who are like, oh, we like to watch the trash TV with influencers. I think this is more geared for the people that are watching 3 episodes in a row of Yellowstone on CBS,
I
which
mean,
is a
this is like
fine show.
this is like
But that's what you would pair this with.
right. It's lady smut. It's like
Lady Smut is Farmer Wants a Wife?
I just feel like it's sort of like it's wholesome, like fantasy. Like it's like reading a romance novel.
But there's not like a hint of anything like
Not yet,
there
Rob.
was one guy that seemed like he knew how to use rope.
Yeah. Yeah. The one guy, he's a roper.
Like
That's like what
a
he does.
Christian Grey type.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
roper.
Yeah. 50 shades of gray horses on the farm. I don't know.
50 Shades of Grain. Yeah.
Great. There you go. You punched it up. That's why you're the guy, Rob.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, like I just think that there is definitely a demographic for this show, and it's the women that watch Yellowstone. Not to say that only women watch Yellowstone. I know for a fact that, but it's like,
Yeah.
and then they're like, and now I get to see like the real life version of this guy. But he's just a good guy living a simple life, and he's just trying to find
Yeah.
a good woman to take care of him.
And I don't want to say like again, I hope nobody's like misconstruing that like we're putting down the farmers or anything
No,
like that. It's
they're
that
just
we like
normal.
yeah, we're saying that this show is boring because nothing happens.
Yeah, it's
And that's always
that
when I get in trouble, Jenny. I start saying things are boring, and
I
then people get,
know.
and then I get dragged. Here comes,
Yeah,
here comes,
the farmers are coming
Farmer
for you.
Mitchell in my mentions. Oh,
Yeah. To be fair, I
just
think
had to be
Farmer
nice.
Mitchell's the best one. I think he's
Oh,
definitely like Farmer Mitchell is like definitely like the one that's bringing the most like
all right. Well, you know
energy.
what? Let me bring up the pictures of the
Okay.
farmers so we can look
Okay.
at them. Okay. I mean, again,
Yeah.
honestly, I feel like at least last season, like that we could like, you know, there were some things we could tell some of the farmers apart. Like I kind of I feel like the farmers are
I
kind of
keep
like
mixing up
samey
Mitchell and
same.
Brandon.
Yeah. Okay.
Um There's
All
two
right.
brunette ones. There's an
All
older
right.
one and a younger one. That's
Here we
how
go.
we
This is
differentiate.
Jenny without
That's
telling us
Mitchell. The hat is
Farmer
that's Mitchell.
Mitchell.
That's Mitchell, baby.
Okay.
Mitchell is actually kind of handsome. Goddamn, I hate that goatee though. I hate it. The facial hair is atrocious. I'm sorry, Mitchell. But this is how I know that this is not for me. I'm not the lady that this is the smut for. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not fantasizing about the roper. You know?
This is Farmer Mitchell.
Yeah,
Farmer
he has the most
Mitchell.
personality, I'd say.
He's a new farmer.
Yeah, he just bought his land.
He likes the outdoors.
That hat is. I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. Just like, once again, the country aesthetic is not for me.
Yeah.
This show is not for me, but that's okay. I know that it is not.
Yeah.
For
Farmer
other
Mitchell
people.
says he is the black sheep of his family.
Yes, because he outlines that his oldest brother is a doctor, his middle brother is a financial advisor, and he bought a farm. And that makes him the black sheep.
Yeah, I guess typically, I feel like a lot of these farms are passed down from generation to generation. So, yeah, I guess we don't hear about too many new farmers.
Yeah, like, do you think that there's like recruitment for farming? Like, do you
Is
think
there
that
any
there's?
farm shaming of like, oh, he's a new farmer.
Oh yeah, he didn't learn from his daddy. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, they don't write books on how to do a farm.
He didn't even grow up on a farm.
Yeah.
What kind of farming
He's a
does
city
he
boy.
do?
He's from Nashville.
Do we know?
Sorry?
Do we know what kind of farming he does?
Okay, I've got links open, Rob. Let's see what. Oh Jesus. I don't know what Mitchell.
What's the Instagram following for some of these guys?
Oh,
Farmer Mitchell, like, what do we think that he's rolling deep?
I think he has I would bet that he has followers because he was from this, like, I think he moved out of the city to have the farm. So I feel like, you know, it's not like he like came out of nowhere.
Okay,
I searched Mitchell. Okay, and now I'm just getting Instagram results for people named Mitchell Farmer.
Yeah, I
don't know who this is. Okay, yeah. Well, if anyone's got the leads on Mitchell the farmer and what his following is,
Farmer Mitch.
But I would say, I think, okay, so one, I thought this guy had the most, I thought he had the most game.
Okay.
Because some of these guys are awkward. Like, they're normal to the point where it's like, oh, you have no idea. Sweet summer child. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Who is this?
That's Brandon. That's the
Farmer
other brunette.
Brandon.
Yes. I'm getting, after one episode, I think I'm gotten better at figuring it out. That's Brandon.
Okay.
And
Tell me about Farmer Brandon.
Brandon's like really tall, and I can't remember what
that
he
helps.
farms. I think he's the potato farmer.
Is he potato guy?
I think he might have been the one that got asked if it's like gardening. Yes, Brandon is a potato farmer. And he's from like some town in Colorado. That's what I know about Brandon.
Yeah, and there's like nothing around.
Yeah. And I'll say this photo. Yeah. So like the closest city he said was 2 hours away. Closest airport.
Yeah, Farmer Brandon is a potato farmer.
Yeah. This photo, again, I'm just objectifying the farmers here because what else are we doing? This photo, I would say he looks hotter than Mitchell, but I think it's just because Mitchell had a really bad hat on and like he had more of a goatee, whereas like Brandon has a little bit more of a connected beard situation going on. Okay. Without the hat, Mitchell's hotter than Brandon. Sorry.
Okay.
It's like it just depends on like how what your look is. But these are my hot farmer rankings.
Hot farmer rankings.
So Mitchell than Brandon right now. But the hat on Brandon is better. So it's like Mitchell doesn't look right in the hat. And you know why, Rob? Because Mitchell didn't grow up farming.
Right. His hat grew without
he doesn't know how to wear the hat yet because he's not about that life yet, you know?
Yes.
Whereas like Brandon, it's like he's about that life.
Jenny, who's this?
This is Nathan.
Yes.
I know all
Okay.
these men.
Yes. Okay, Nathan,
He's
no,
23.
he's 23. He's 23 going on at least 33.
Yeah.
Not that he looks old, but that and he says that even himself that he is an old soul. His dad passed away
Mhm.
when he was 12.
Yep. He's
But
got
he does not
sisters.
come like the 23-year-olds we meet on many other shows do
Yeah.
not present like Farmer Nathan.
Yeah, he's one of those people when they say I'm mature for my age, I actually see it, Like
Mhm.
it makes sense. And he also is able to point to reasons for why that is the case. I mean, hey, you're 23 and you have your own farm.
Yeah,
Get it.
get
Like
it.
good for
Yeah.
you. Like you're doing better than I am, sir. It's not my dream.
What
I
kind of
don't want to farm,
farming does
but
Nathan do?
Nathan, I think is like, oh, this I took note of this because I didn't know what this meant. So he's a fourth generation
Yes.
citrus and cattle farmer,
Citrus and cattle. That seems like a weird combo.
right? Like, does that mean he's got like lemon trees, but also cows?
Where does he live?
Oh, that's a good question.
Somebody lives in
Um,
Florida.
oh man. Cause like because if you're growing citrus,
Yeah.
like
Okay. Here, well,
I
let me look and see because I bet that'll say. So yeah, farmer Nathan. He's a fourth generation citrus and cattle farmer.
okay.
And that doesn't say where he lives
Oh
in
wait.
Florida, Bartow, Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That makes sense. So there's the citrus.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Okay. I mean, I'd like to know more about the citrus. Like,
What do you want to
is it
know?
just well, I mean, all kinds of citrus? Are we lemon lime? Are we
Mhm.
orange? Like, do we got some grapefruits up in there? Like, I want to know more about the
Yeah.
citrus. But like it's
Yeah.
a fun
I guess we'll
combo where it's
find
like,
out. We'll be seeing some wives squeezing some OJ pretty soon.
oh yeah, we're gonna slow motion
Yeah.
squeezing of
Because, the part that we didn't get to in the premiere episode, which is coming inevitably, is all the free labor you get of making
yeah.
the potential wives. You gotta see how they work on the farm.
Yeah, it's basically like it's like farm wife boot camp,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
It's like and it's more like farmer wants a farmhand
Mhm.
more than a wife. That's one thing I'm like, okay, because they make them work. They bring them out and they're like, all right, guys, I got some broken up wood out in the forest. We got to bring out over
Yeah, and
here.
you
Like, I
better
need you to
not
haul
complain
this.
about it if you
Yeah,
wanna
because you
stay
know
with the
what? I'll
farmer.
cut you like that.
You're gone.
Yeah.
You're
My
gone.
wife, she wouldn't be complaining about this work. Um, yeah, it's wild. I'm like, do you want a wife or do you just need help on the farm?
Okay, Jenny, and
Uh,
then who's this?
this is Ty, baby. This is
Farmer
Ty.
Ty.
Yeah. This
Farmer
is this
Ty,
is this is Daddy Ty.
Daddy Ty, he has a
He is a
child. He
father.
has a little
Yes.
girl. She's
Hashtag Ty
12.
has a daughter.
Yes, his daughter is named Lennon.
Lennon.
We get
Yep.
some cute stories about his daughter, but he's looking for a new wife to come in to
He's
live on
looking
the
for
farm.
mommy. That's what
Yeah,
he's looking for. Yeah. Yeah.
be be
This man's
stepmom.
so awkward.
Oh, why so?
I just think here's the thing. You look at this photo here, and if you're not watching the YouTube video and seeing this man's beautiful smile, you're
Yep.
missing out. You look at this guy and you're like, "Yes, what an what an excellent casting choice for Farmer Wants a Wife." Look at this, like he's got a little bit of the gray in the hair. He's a man, Like they want this kind of farmer, the one
Mhm.
that like knows what he's doing, he's been
A
doing this for a
veteran.
few years. Yeah. Like I do like that they're not all young, like,
He's
again,
been
also
around the block.
42 is not that old. But anyway, um
How old is he?
42.
42.
But I mean the youngest one is 23. We got a 23-year-old and we got a 42. But this guy is like, so yes, on paper, especially when you're looking at the photo, you're like, yes, Ty, like this is the casting we need. This is
Mhm.
the farmer. I just felt he was so awkward. I don't think he was ready. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe it'll just take him a little bit to warm up to the cameras.
Yeah.
Obviously, because that's the difference between having people like this on a reality show, between like the influencer, like the star effer types.
Yeah. Everybody's real, Jenny.
Well, those people
Maybe
are
too real
already
for you.
they're already primed to be like, on television because they're probably already like TikTok famous. They're already like making their own television show of
Yeah.
themselves. When you take normies like these literal farmers that
Yeah.
live in the middle of
Okay.
nowhere,
Well, Jenny,
they're
I have
not
a
ready for
question
TV.
for you.
Okay.
Is Ty a farmer? Let me read you the description of Ty.
Okay, give it to me.
According to parade.com, this was not written by Mike Bloom. The oldest bachelor of the bunch, Ty Ferrell, is a team roper from Sikeston, Missouri, which he does not describe favorably.
No, he called it God's armpit.
He's a single dad, and he said, "What dating scene?" And a single dad to 12-year-old daughter Lennon. The right woman will understand that his little girl is everything. But they describe him as a team roper, which sounds like he's more of a rodeo guy than a farmer.
But do you think that he has like,
does he live
the
on
animals?
A farm?
Like, do you think it's somebody else's farm?
Mm-hmm.
What is a roper?
Yeah. Okay. So, you want to go to? Okay, we got Ty's website. All right.
He's got a website.
Yes. Okay. Here's Ty's website. And let's. Okay.
He's got a whole tab for Farmer Wants a Wife.
Yeah. So find your roping event here at tyferrell.com.
Okay.
There's a Farmer Wants a Wife tab. What happens if you click on that? Yep, that's me on TV. Farmer Wants a Wife.
Oh yeah. Ooh, Instagram. Okay. Check the followers, Rob.
I think this is gonna be the Farmer Wants a Wife Instagram.
Oh, okay.
So let me just see. So we'll go here. Go back to.
I'm gonna try and find him on Instagram.
Let's just go back to the page. So what did we get at a roping event? The Ferrell Fall Classic, a premier team roping event.
He has his own like event in his name, the Ferrell Fall Classic.
Yeah. So.
Oh my god.
I don't know what goes on.
Wait, what was that prize?
There's a prize.
12 a cut above buckles.
You get buckles.
Okay.
So this is what's going on here. These are like rotating photos.
Okay.
So it seems like he like runs some kind of roping event, but I'm not sure if he's a farmer.
Okay, he's got 4,200 followers on Instagram, but also he does photography because he's got a separate account where he does Western lifestyle, equine. Is that how you say it? Equine?
Does he take pictures of you riding the horse?
Barrel racing. Somebody get Sierra Dawn Thomas on the line. And team roping events and rodeos.
Yeah.
Okay. So it seems he does also like rodeo photography. He's got a whole account related to his photos. So yeah, you're right. Is he actually doing any farming?
I'm not sure. We'll find out.
I guess we will.
We probably won't, but I'm sure they'll reveal it next week.
Someone will find out.
Jenny, let's talk about some of the interactions with the ladies here. Okay. So then we get a round of speed dating. Okay. They tell us, okay, so basically, in the next 80 minutes, you're going to meet with 8 women for 10 minutes and decide who makes the cut. And so we see some of the most memorable and notable interactions here. We get like a nice one to start. I feel like that this is like
Sydney,
Mitchell and Sydney. Sydney wore a white dress here because, hey, can you tell I want to get married?
Listen, she understood the assignment. She said he wants literally the show is called Farmer Wants a Wife. And it wasn't a wedding dress. It's not like when they do that stupid stuff on The Bachelor and someone shows up in a wedding dress. It was just a nice white dress, and she's like, yeah, let him think about me in a white dress and how that looks. And I respect the strategy.
Yes.
But
and
off the bat, she seems like the best match for him, just based on the fact that because here's what happens with the women they pick. You have the women that already live that country life, you know, the
Mhm.
ones that are already in the shit. And then to make things interesting, or to attempt to make things interesting, they have like the
Some plants.
city girl who's sick of city men. They're not ready to settle down. That doesn't know the life. And then I'm telling you, I have never finished a season of this show. The main question is, can she put her city life behind her to settle down at the farm?
Not
So it's
often.
like,
Wouldn't think
yeah,
so. Do you
that's
know
it.
what
Those are the
happened
two
in season
types.
1? Did anybody get married?
Oh, Rob, I did, again, because I am a
You
dedicated
put the work
journalist.
in. You're a pro.
Did I finish watching it?
No.
Absolutely not. Did I get a little update? Because I thought I had heard that none of the couples were together, but I needed to find out for sure for myself. So I found an article on tasteofcountry.com.
Wow.
And long story
Taste the
short,
country.
none of these couples are still together. In fact,
Oh!
one of the couple, so one of the farmers didn't even end the show. He brought back a girl that he had sent home halfway through the season
Yeah.
and picked her at the end, and then she turned him down.
See, that sounds
So
pretty good.
one of them went home empty-handed, and empty-hearted, and the other 3, I guess, picked a woman, but then, like, within, in some cases, 2 days after the finale aired, in some cases, like, a month after the finale aired, all of them announced the breakup. But one of them
Damn it.
had, like, posted an Instagram, and it was, like, a poem. And it's, oh god, it was like, when they do the announcement that they're not together, like, we've
Yeah.
gone our separate ways. Would you like a dramatic reading of this?
Please.
All right. This is from, do you remember Hunter?
I can't say that I do.
Yeah, it just sounds like someone that was a
Sounds like one
farmer.
of the farmers. Sounds like
Yeah.
one of the
And I
names.
will
Yeah.
say, maybe this is a song because it's Hunter Grayson Music. So I guess he was a musician. And I think that he might have listened to our podcast, but I don't know if he's going to
Okay.
listen to this one. Anyway, Hunter, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I have to do a dramatic reading of this. This is incredible. It's unfortunate to say that Megan and I have gone separate ways. We gave it our best shot, but it proved so much more than we thought. She wants to be in Tennessee, and I can't sell my farm to leave. I
Mm.
wish her all the best and a life full of success. Our story has no end. She will always be a dear friend. I'm so thankful for our journey. I'll be grateful all my life. But we can't love for likes, 'cause this farmer wants a wife.
Okay. So that's like also like opening of the doors if like, hey, um, slide into my DMs.
He literally said, he I still want
Still
a
want a
wife.
wife. Yeah.
But also, like, he's like, yeah, kind of blames her. He's like, she wants to be in Tennessee. What do you want me to
Like,
do?
what am I gonna do?
Sell my
I'm
farm?
literally a farmer. Like,
The
get
show
rid
is
of the
called
farm.
Farmer Wants a Wife. What are you gonna do? Like, it's not like a wife decides
Yeah.
to make farmer not farm anymore. That's not a great title.
Yeah. Farmer wants to
Anyway,
give up my life for random women.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Farmer wants to ruin his life and
No way.
livelihood.
Get out of here.
Anyway, so no, none of these people are together. Like,
Okay.
and it did sound like there was some post-season, like, drama
Oh.
about the breakup between Kelsey and Alan. Alan was the one with, like, the handlebar type
Yeah. Yeah.
mustache. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, sounded like it was messy.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jennifer Nettles is out here bragging about 500 kids. US is they haven't done shit. They haven't done anything. Nothing to show for.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, rest of the world, for carrying our ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
With our 0 marriages and 0 children from Farmer Wants a Wife.
I don't even know if any of the animals have bred
We are
since the show.
a disgrace.
Yes.
The rest of Farmer Wants a Wife planet is laughing at us.
Yeah. Yeah. They have all the crops. What do you have? It's barren.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Got
We are
nothing
the
for you.
laughing stock of the entire world with the way
Yeah,
that
the
our
laughing stock,
farmers
not the
have
livestock.
0 wives.
No lives.
Farmer wants
So
just one.
we would settle for literally a wife. It is not 4 farmers want 4 wives. We set the expectations low. We say there's 4 guys here, many women. Farmer wants a wife. We'll be fine if we get 1 marriage out of this. Nope. Fail. Massive fail. Get Billy Billingham in here. Oh, that's what we need. We need the farmers on special forces.
You Muppets.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about a star. Okay. Let's meet Christine. Christine is here. She is from my neck of the woods, Long Island, New York.
Yes. Yep.
Maybe I want to date a farmer.
She's like, I'm bored.
Maybe I should marry a farmer.
These Long Island guys.
I don't know anything about a farm.
Sounds nice.
But I don't know. Maybe I should just spend the rest of my life married to a farmer.
Yeah. You know what? I like my lifestyle, but I haven't met a man. So I should just uproot my life and live on a farm.
Yeah.
So that I can marry a guy.
He asked a couple of interesting questions. She started with, does the country bring you peace? She wanted to know.
Which like, I just felt like she was trying an icebreaker you know, and this was with Ty, who, again, I said, I just think that he was taking it a little bit longer to warm up.
He's awkward normally.
Yeah, he just was not prepared. And I don't think he would have ever been prepared for a woman like Christine, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Christine's follow-up question was, what turns you on? Now,
this man started sweating.
With Dr. Christian Hubicki, we did do the inside the actors studio. I think this is one of the questions that they do. The late great James Lipton would ask a person, what turns you on?
I mean, and he didn't have an answer. He's like, I'm shaking. And she's like, okay, waiting for the answer. Because she kind of led with like a normal-ish question.
Yeah.
And then when he didn't answer fast enough, she said, oh, he wasn't prepared for so at first she's like, what kind of women you like? And then like he kind of like stumbled over a word trying to, and he's like, what turns you on? She said, yeah, okay. The normal question
could have gone with roping.
Tell me more about the roping you do. No, she said asking what kind of women you like, that made you uncomfortable. Let's ask what turns you on next. That should go over well, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Bless
right.
Christine.
Let's then Christine later on in the show is going to say they probably would get the most drama of the hour out of like Christine having an existential crisis, realizes like, I should not be here.
She's like, I've made a grave mistake.
Do not want to marry a farmer. Well, I don't know why. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea.
Yeah. Do you think that she like just like got a little wine drunk one night and like put in the application and then like it was just like all of a sudden things started happening and she's like, yeah, like you only live once, like what an experience. And like this was like a sobering moment for her where she's like, I'm on a farm and I'm gonna go to another farm. Like I should not be here.
Yeah.
Why am I here?
Yep. Christine was going to give up being the real estate developer in Laurel Hollow, New York, which I have to say I don't know where that is. Looks like it's out east.
Okay.
Looks like it's near Oyster Bay.
Okay.
Okay. So
yeah, so like you really think that she's giving up that life? I mean, I don't know anything about Hollow Oaks?
Laurel Hollow.
Laurel Hollow. um yeah, to go to some farm, and I don't even remember where Ty's from, but
Mm-hmm.
and then also you like that's built in, you become stepmommy. So
Yeah.
like that's a
So
big commitment
she
for
wasn't too
Christine.
into it for Christine. Although Ty
Now,
did have some memorable interactions, I feel like.
yeah, but I have a question for you, Rob. Do you
Yes.
think that Christine pulled a you can't fire me, I quit? Because
She knew she wasn't getting picked.
we see, so she seemed to be one of the first people to talk to Ty, and then there's lots of clips of like them in like the barn,
Yeah.
like where they all like are, convening, and like there was lots of like clips of the women being like, oh my god, like he's so great, like we had such a great conversation, like oh my god, it was such a good connection, and like her just like you can literally see her having the existential crisis like as
Like,
it's
oh,
happening, like she's like staring off into space being like, what am I doing here? Do you think though that she was like, oh, I definitely did not have what like the kind of time that it sounds like some of these women had, this is not going to turn out well for me, I might as well just quit while I'm ahead?
I think it was more like I do not want to go back to the farm, but it's possible.
I mean, I think both things could be true, right? Like she could be like, I don't think I want to do this, and also he might just eliminate me, and so I want to
Mhm.
like quit before I get fired.
Yeah.
I think
Okay,
that
so
maybe it's a little bit of both.
yeah, Ty did have a good experience with one person in particular. That he had a good experience with. Here's Melody.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, where she asks
Who's
if he's
also from New
ever
York.
been with I remember she asks if he's ever been with a Spanish girl,
N-
and then he's like,
yeah.
he gets tongue twisted again. Like I can tell he likes her, but he's like,
Yeah,
I've
took her
never
to go
been.
and be take him for the solo out with the solo day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, she worked the magic.
Yes. Okay.
Uh,
Um, so that's what's going on with Ty.
Ty.
Okay. Any other standouts for you, Jenny?
I would like to talk about poop girl.
Okay, who was that?
Okay. Who was this? Oh, there was actually a couple other standouts. Um, Frig, what was the name of the girl that? Oh, uh, oh, this was a Ty pick as well, because
Yes,
I wrote Ty in my notes. I wrote Ty picks Brooke the poop girl.
Brooke. Okay.
Okay, so her name is Brooke. And the reason I call her the poop girl is because in conversation with Ty goes, and I literally took a photo of this because I couldn't believe what was happening on my screen.
Hmm.
Um, and I had
This is
captions on.
this is Brooke, right?
Yes, pink dress. Yep,
Okay.
that's the one. Okay, so the first interaction we see with Ty and Brooke, Ty just goes, "You're a horse girl, right?" Which I'm like,
Okay.
starting off strong. I was like, we're setting the scene here. Brooke's a horse girl. And then she says that yeah, like she loves how they smell. And then she says, I like the way the horse poop smells. This is a real thing that she said, Rob.
Yes.
I took a photo of my screen
Yes.
while she's speaking. She said, I got, oh God.
Yeah. It
I
says
love the way that horses poop smells.
yes. Just share that image.
Like, why?
Look, if
Why is this a thing you say ever, let alone on a 10-minute
you know,
speed date?
Jenny, sometimes people on these job interviews will lie. Like,
So
what's
you
your
think
biggest
that she's like,
weakness? I think I'm just like too
I work
nice.
too
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
So you think that this was her version of like, what's your greatest weakness? Answer is
Hmm.
like, what is the thing that the farmer is gonna like to hear, that you just like say,
Yeah.
I just like, oh, I love the way the poop smells.
Mhm. Could
Delicious.
be.
Oh God, I'm
Delicious. Oh my
sorry.
god.
Sorry, I should have picked a different word there.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't say it, but what a wild thing to
Yeah.
say to like she just really thought that that was like do you think she was like googling the night before how to entice a farmer? Like
Mhm.
what like she's like I should just mention that I
I do
like the
not think
smell
this
of
was a
horse
canned line.
poop.
I think that this was like, okay, I've had a couple glasses of champagne, and then that just comes out.
She's like she was thinking like I have to say something to let him know that I am
Mhm.
not intimidated by the farm life. And
Yeah.
she just went straight to not like I'm not bothered by the farm like, you know, smells. She went straight to I like the way the horse poop smells. She did not need to say that, Rob. She
No.
did not need to say that. No one needs to say
She
that.
needs to say that.
No one needs to say that.
There was another misfire. A woman told one of the farmers, or told Farmer Nathan, who works on the beef cattle
Oh
farm,
yeah,
she's vegan.
What are you doing here? Like,
Maybe
and
she
this
thought she was
wasn't
like, should she have picked the potato farmer?
yeah, I have to think that they knew what kind of farmers they were.
Did
They
they
had
tell the women what kind
profiles.
of farmers they were?
Do you think okay, do you think that the vegan picked the cattle farmer um in hopes to like make a difference? You know what I mean? Like she was like I'm going
No,
to
I don't
change
think
his
so.
ways.
I don't think so.
You just
Uh,
think that, yeah.
yeah.
But like,
Um,
what? We didn't even see this play out. It was just like a
it
1 second
was in the
thing.
montage. It was in the montage,
Yeah.
and they even like teased it, like when we come back, like, oh, I'm a vegan. And he's like, you do know I'm a cattle rancher, right?
And like, we didn't even get to see her reaction really. It was
Yeah,
just a
and
face.
then we got to see that in the montage,
Like it was a nothing burger. Vegan
literally.
or beef.
Yes,
Like
yeah. Um, then we have the saga of Maddie.
Madison. Is that
Yes,
or I don't know. Rob, you could tell me there were 5 girls named Maddie on this show, and I would
yeah,
believe you.
Madison,
The one,
aka Maddie,
yeah,
and she was
with
kind of like
Brandon.
and she was kind of a quirky person that I really thought I was very, very surprised she did not get through because
Yeah.
she seemed very likable.
She didn't
She
even
was,
mention poop.
yeah, she said she likes tall, dorky guys. She had some material too. I think, and her material was that she said to Nathan, was it Nathan?
Brandon.
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 Um, she said, "Oh, you're a farmer, right?" She's like, I have a joke." She's like, "Hey." Now you say hey.
Hey.
There's hey.
There's hey. No, no, I wasn't saying hello to you. It's just I was pointing at the
Mhm.
hey.
Yeah. And she's
Like,
also the same woman that asked, is farming like gardening?
listen, fair question.
Mhm.
Fair question from her. That was less atrocious to me than saying that she likes the smell of horse poop.
Mhm. Sure.
Um,
Sure.
but yeah, she was trying. So she said, I hope that he's like a tall, dorky guy. Like she was hoping she had this idea of the guy that she wanted Brandon to be. And she was really, really hoping that he was that vibe. So I respect that she came in with like canned things ready to go. She had her
Yeah.
material ready to go
She'd be a
to
great podcast
basically
guest.
check the temperature of like, hey, literally, hey, to see how that went over. And it didn't work out. It didn't work
Yeah.
out too well for her, sadly, because I think she could have been fun.
I thought she would have been fun. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
justice for Madison,
Yep.
actually.
Okay. Robbed G. Otis.
Yes, robbed G. Ardener.
Okay. She's not an ordiner. So any other women that were standouts that you want to talk about?
I think I mean, I don't know that she was like a crazy standout, but it seems like Reba, who I think that her name must be
Oh
spelled
yeah,
with 2
Reba.
E's because she said, I just tell people that backwards it says a beer.
So you would think that, Jenny, but it is, according to what I'm looking at, it is spelled REBA.
Which that is the traditional way that I would think Reba would be spelled. So I just don't understand why she's lying to us.
And she is the woman who has oomph. She also has a daughter.
Yep.
Who was she with? Is she with Brandon, right? Brandon.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe.
And so then they seem like they have a nice connection. She seems pretty fun.
She's got a five-year-old daughter, and Brandon likes kids. So that's great.
Mhm.
And they're both from small towns, and they kind of discuss like the small town dating pool. It's like everyone once you've dated a couple people, that's it. Or like the only people that are available are like your friend's ex and stuff. And yeah, but I'm still just stuck on the fact that Reba, when discussing her name, says, I tell people backwards, it's a beer.
Okay.
That's a burr.
I'm telling you, this is
a burr.
According to parade.com, she's REBA, Reba.
Yeah. And that's how it was showing on my captions. And I thought maybe they were just giving me the misspelling on the captions. But
in fairness, she's telling that to drunk people.
She is a bar supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let it slide, Reba, but I just it was very confusing to me because I know how to spell beer.
Yeah.
Only one E in your name. I don't understand how that happened, but it's fine. She seems nice though.
Jenny, we got it down to then. All right, all the farmers get in here because we got to get it down from 8 to 5. Only 7 in your case, Ty.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, what if one of them says no?
Then you only send one.
You don't get a pick. You don't get to okay, you make your 5 picks. If only 2 say yes, that's it. You don't get to ask the other 3.
Yeah.
Those are the rules of Farmer Wants a Wife.
It shouldn't be like that. Do you think that there needs to be some sort of rose element, because they make it seem like they have to accept, but there's no will you accept this rose kind of
I think we should have buckles from Ty's roping.
Yeah. Or
you know what I would do?
Well, didn't they have horse nuts or something? Like a bull testicle? Do you think Madison, will you?
Oh yeah, they did have to eat the calves' testicles, I think, last season.
Yeah. And then they should have to eat it to show their love. That's what I want to see, actually.
You know what I would do if I was one of the farmers? I'd say hey, any of you gonna say no? Just you could raise your hand if you're gonna say no. Anybody?
And I think the producers are
I am so glad they don't. These producers are not editing for maximum drama.
Yeah, I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know. They did try to make the Christine quit seem like it was a little bit more than what it was, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she we saw her going to a producer I need to speak with Ty.
I need to speak to him.
Yeah.
And then they just spoke, and it was not he understood, and that was it.
I don't know how to tell you this, but I just met you earlier today, and I don't want to be considered to be your wife anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I got 7 other chicks in here.
To be honest, I probably wasn't even gonna pick you. So
yeah, he's wow, made my job easier.
Yeah, dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any surprises? I mean, that Maddie didn't get through, but anything else? They montaged the picks.
Oh, and then the other thing, yeah. Well, that was the thing. I was like, oh, well, they're really telling us who's going to be a part of the story here. I'm like, are you spoiling your own show by giving us who gets the montage part? Because they showed them picking one at a time for a couple people, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait, that person only picked 3, and then all of a sudden they went to the next one, and then they did a montage of the last picks. I was like, what? Why are we yada-yadaing this? This is so confusing. Mm-hmm. Nothing else happens in this show. Why are we doing this?
Happens.
Why are we doing a montage? You got time. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the last thing that happens is just that from the 5 that they pick one. So 5 of them are going to come back to their farm, and they pick one that they have the first 24-hour one-on-one date with. And so, Mitchell didn't pick Sydney, who I thought was the breakout choice for Mitchell. So So, but that doesn't mean if just being picked for the first date doesn't mean that you're the one. And don't worry, ladies, you probably won't even end up with these people if we're going to follow the trend of the first season.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah, that's it.
That's Farmer Wants Wife. Okay.
That's it.
This is Jenny. This is going to be a quit for me. I'm pulling a Christine.
I'm shocked.
I don't think this is for me.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
You don't like the country lady smut.
No.
The fantasy novel romance of
No, thank
the
you.
lonely farmer
I'll
finding his
pass.
wife.
They didn't rope
Yeah,
me in. I'll say
they
that.
did not. And here's the thing, Rob. I was taking notes because, again, dedicated journalist.
Yeah.
Committed to my craft. And when we got so the episode ends, we see, you know, which men what they pick, who they're picking to take to the farm first. Wow, we see the little montage of them driving to the farm, and then we get this season on Farmer Wants a Wife. And I said, oh baby, I'm ready to take note of the real big hits of the season. They're going to give us a montage of what to look forward to on Farmer Wants a Wife. I stopped taking notes because they showed absolutely nothing.
Right.
It does not entice me to watch the show again.
Jenny, well, let me see if I can tempt you with what we're going to talk about next week. Okay.
I'm ready.
There's a new show which is dropping on Peacock. Peacock's got a lot of hits lately.
I love to see that Peacock.
Let me tell you about a little show that is called Couple.
Oh, baby.
Thruple.
Look at them toes. Toes for free on Hit or Quit.
Couple to thruple.
Thruple.
Now it's not like the
this.
number 2. I feel like that they could have
couple
made
like
it couple to
men.
thruple and made the the E a number 3.
3. Oh, they could have done oh wait, no. We don't want to do 3 to 1. We want 2 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's something there.
Yeah. I don't want to brag too much. I also named the new Beetlejuice movie. Also this week.
I mean, you're branding genius, Rob. So
Yep. I was in the fall. I watched Beetlejuice, and at least on multiple podcasts, I said, "Hey, did you know they're making Beetlejuice 2? Beetlejuice 2 should be called Beetlejuice. People are like, well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good." I said, "No, it needs to be Beetlejuice." And then I saw yesterday that the name of the new Beetlejuice movie is Beetlejuice.
So, do you think that they heard you?
Maybe somebody got it to the right people.
I mean, it's not like
Tim Burton. They're like, "Hey, this is a wild idea, Tim. Listen to us. Listen to this podcast."
And I mean, if you're mentioning it numerous times, there's
times.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe if you just manifest, if you mention this enough times, that maybe when they do Couple to Thruple season 2, they'll improve the branding.
Jenny, let me tell you a little bit about Couple to Thruple, okay?
All right.
Hosted by Scott Evans and guided by sex and relationship experts Shamira Howard, Peacock's new original series, Couple to Thruple, follows 4 couples through the world of polyamory. For curious couples, as that goes without saying, through the world of polyamory as they experiment with bringing a third partner into their relationship. Set at a remote tropical resort, the couples will meet, mingle, and date a group of singles, many of whom are experiencing polyamory. With 3 times the fun, the feelings, and drama, these relationships are put through the ultimate test to see if they are the perfect match. And at the end of their time in paradise, the couples will decide if their hearts have room for more than just the one and commit as a throuple or go home as they arrived or leave separately. Oh, there's 3 options.
Oh,
3 doors.
Love the
you can tell Puya to get the PowerPoint going.
Yeah. What a mess.
What a mess.
That's
our duo will be joined by a third.
Oh my god!
As Kirsten McInnes will join us next week for
what?
Yes. So I think they're going to drop a couple of episodes.
A couple or a throuple episodes.
I think they're going to drop
doing
a couple
3
of episodes. Yeah.
I think I read that they're doing drops of 3.
Yeah.
Okay, they know what they're doing, Rob. Don't question their branding now.
Yep. Okay. There you go.
So are we gonna cover the 3 episodes that dropped together? We
Yeah,
doing a 3-fer?
I think we'll probably focus on what
Yeah.
happens in the premiere, but maybe if there's multiple episodes, if I know
I
Kirsten,
think
she'll definitely watch them all.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, she's going for it.
Okay.
Um,
It'll be
she
a reunion of the real Love Boat crew.
Yeah. I somehow feel like this is gonna be a little bit more, racy than the real Love Boat.
See if Jerry O'Connell's watching this one.
Yeah. I
Okay.
hope so.
All right. So
I'm
that's
pumped.
what
That sounds like it'll be more dramatic than
I think
Farmer Wants a
so. I think
Wife.
so. Farmer wants a wife. Take some notes. Okay.
Yeah.
Farmer wants a
Maybe
thruple. Try that
that's what
one
I'm
on.
saying. Farmer wants a sister wife.
Yes. Find out how many marriages and children have come out of couple to thruple around the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jenny, what's coming up for you?
What is coming up for me? Not a whole lot. More so things in the rear view mirror if you're looking
Things
to
that you've done.
Yeah, if you want to catch up on Jenny Autumn content. I was on the Survivor. What is it called? The out draft, outbid. Oh, I don't know. Mike Bloom branded something incredible where he did this fun little series in the off season of drafting, bidding on Survivor related things. And this past week we did 0 vote finalists. It was me, it was Mari, it was Owen, and it was Puya. And it was a great time. Mike Bloom. If you haven't caught up on that fun little series, if you're missing some Survivor US content before we get into Survivor 46, that was fun. And last week I was on the Free Agents pod with Brian Scally and Matt Ligori talking about the Traders season, USA season 2. We've got a whole new episode since then. But if you haven't been listening to their Traders content on top of what Rob and Puya are doing over here on RHAP, check that out, Free Agents Pod. And that's pretty much it. Follow me on the things at Jenny Autumn, and I'm looking forward to thrupling.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it should be a fun one coming up next time on Hit or Quit. Make sure you subscribe. Go to robhasawebsite.com/subscribe. Of course, you can be subscribed to our main Rob Has a Podcast feed or the Hit or Quit podcast feed at robhasawebsite.com/hit or quit feed. We love to hear from you as well in the comments or by leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Thank you for joining us. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.